What's up, you guys? This is your King Knight Vincent Valentine EX Turk, back to making classic videos again and again and never stopping. But anyways, we're going to be talking about the expansion to Final Fantasy 15 because it is announced, which I will also put the link, if I could go find on my Facebook, I'll put the link to, because a viewer, which I gotta thank you, Lady Yuna, again for tagging me in that post, because now I can actually put the post into the description below, which I will put that post in the description below of their schedules of games Square Enix make, because they're doing the same thing Marvel's doing. Like how Marvel's got movies planned out ahead of time, that's what Square Enix is doing. So we got technically a schedule. Now, like I said, Final Fantasy 15 will end when the Final Fantasy 7 remake comes around. So they're going to keep making DLC and year's supply of content. So you don't have to trade in your Final Fantasy 15. It's still, it's still good because you got Episo Prompto. That's coming June 20th. And then after you got Episo Prompto, which is, that's like June, yeah, that's June 20th. Then you got, October, next year of October, episode Ignis is supposed to be the last character episode. We might actually get some scenes with some cutscenes with Lunafreya, more Lunafreya material, because Lunafreya is pivotal to the game, even though the game made us think otherwise. So we're gonna be seeing more. You might even get to play as Lunafreya on one of the episodes, or one of the specials that come out. Just like they did with the episode Gladios, where they had the special where Gladios and Ignis go find Noctis during, chapter 13, verse 2, and stuff like that. But nonetheless, what am I saying? Oh yeah. So there's gonna be a possibility of a small special where you get to play as Lunafreya. And maybe this might, if there is some combat involved, they might have Gentiana in this. Just like Core. Even though Gentiana is Shiva, she still has the ice powers in her human form. So it could be possible you're going to have to end up fighting. And then the fact that Lunafreya has a trident. So, because Lunafreya has a trident, she'd be a good, she would be able to fight really well, and probably be able to use a summon on one of the astrals on one of the enemies at the time. Whatever happens, combat or not for Lunafreya, we're gonna get a bigger expansion on Lunafreya's story, which that should have happened before, because Lunafreya is supposed to be, relevant, considering Kingsglaive had her get the ring to give to Noctis. Pivotal part to the plot, and also there's a fan theory that Lunafreya, which, I'm going to wait before I make that fan theory, but there's a fan theory that she could be the new Eos, and this could have been her journey to obtain the power of the new Eos. If that makes any sense, of course. But nonetheless, whether it makes sense or not, if you gotta follow me on this, but she's okay. Eos was originally supposed to be in the logo of Final Fantasy 15, but when you beat the game, you get a logo with adult Noctis and adult Lunafreya resting her head on Noctis's lap. So what does that tell you? So that's why I say she's very pivotal to the plot. Now, with other parts of the news, after all that, we're going to be getting possibly what I think is a Chapter 14 expansion. That's going to make it so you can not only use Umbra to take you to the capital of Galia, or past Insomnia, possibly, don't quote me on this, possibly, okay, possibly. So don't quote me on this. Do not put me on display saying that I said this. I said possibly we may get Insomnia for this expansion pack. This expansion pack is going to also give us, you could possibly go to Tenebrae probably, and that one Royal Tomb and Niflheim territory. Or better yet, you can go to past Autisia and actually take the train to Tenebrae, and a train to Niflheim territory. So we're getting a lot of more content than you think with this expansion pack. Now I don't know if you have to pay for this and stuff like that, but I guess you're gonna have to because it is an expansion pack. This is what's gonna probably create the, and this is probably what's gonna end up creating the deluxe Ultimate Edition for Final Fantasy 15. So we're looking at some pretty good stuff right here. So we're looking at some pretty good material for for us fans. So this is really good for us. This is really good for us, and I am appreciative to all of this. So we're gonna get all those places you could travel, as well as another story mode of Chapter 14. Now, unfortunately, and I'm going to trigger any Versus 13 fantards, because I get them all the time, but we're not going to get a Final Fantasy Versus 13, not even in Noctis' Dreamscape. In fact, most likely you're going to be playing as Prompto, Gladiolus, and Ignis, with the extra pairing that you choose, whether it's Core, whether it's Aranea, or even Gentiana, as playable characters in the Chapter 14 Verse 2. And we might actually get to see what happened to Idolus, because Idolus' body is in the throne room. We're probably going to see Idolus challenge Ardyn, because this is where Ardyn's going to say you're no longer needed anymore, because Ardyn plans to be the hero, the savior for taking out the Niflheim Empire, even though Noctis is the one who defeated the High Commander. And yeah, sure, Idolus is live in demon form, but, Noctis is perceived to be Idolus as well. But, it don't matter, because he told the public that lied that he defeated the Niflheim Empire, so he looks like a savior. We'll get to see some of that backstory. Also, we're most likely going to also we are also possibly going to end up getting more backstory on Ardyn, or at least see him kill one of the Astrals in the Niflheim Empire. Hopefully we get a playable Ardyn storyline, even though not everyone likes Ardyn, and I'm not gonna lie, Ardyn is a scumbag. Even the voice actor of Ardyn said that he's a snake, and let's be honest, Ardyn is a snake. But I'd still like to get more backstory. Like, no offense, Sephiroth had a bigger backstory to him than Ardyn did. Now, I get Sephiroth's hype. Sephiroth is this and that and everyone's favorite villain and stuff like that, and even my favorite villain. But, it's like, you're going to make a new Final Fantasy better than the previous ones. The best thing you want to do is put some backstory to your hero and villain and make it work together. Instead of, I don't know, cut in the game, then selling it a little bit later, and then calling it an expansion pack. But sadly, to anyone who's hoping for a Versus 13 storyline, it isn't going to happen. So stop asking for it. It's over, okay? Even I was hoping this would happen. It's not going to happen, so I'm sorry, but you're out of luck. You're out of luck, bud. So, yeah. Unfortunately, the Versus 13 thing isn't going to happen. The World of Versus for Noctis' Dream. You're not going to be able to play Noctis in this Chapter 14 verse. You're going to be playing as Prompto, Ignis, and Gladiolus with the choose of all the side characters I talked about, like Aranea, Adult Iris, Gentiana, or Core. Most likely. Just most likely. And you get to play in the Dark World, so there's going to be an expansive map for the Dark World. So you can go pretty much any city in the Dark World, possibly. Any city if you want in the Dark World. So if you want to go to, let's say, Lestalem, which is where all the civilians are, then you won't fight, there won't be no demons there. But if you, let's just say you want to go to the, what's that one place, that mountain place again? I forgot what it's called. Mount Ravatos, that little town there, it'd be infested with demons that you get to fight and level up. So you can go travel around the world and level Prompto, Ignis, and Gladiolus up. And then possibly, I don't know, Possibly if you get out of the story mode, the downloaded content, because this would be put in the downloaded content, you could probably go back there with Noctis, with, by going to the present and then, having Talcott pick you guys up from Insomnia and, take you in, taking you from, Insomnia, go back to the town and stuff like that. And then, you could have him, or maybe it'd be possible for Cindy to issue a new car in Lestalem. Like, you could have Talcott take you to Lestalem and then go to different areas, or they'll make you walk. Either way, you'd be able to go back to the whole entire Dark World like it is. But it'd be present Noctis, present Gladiolus, present Prompto, and present Ignis. So you'd be your futuristic selves, but it'd give you a better chance to level up. So if you're not good at a time quest, let's say there's a time quest that's impossible for you to beat, because there's gonna be some time quest that's impossible. Even me as a good Final Fantasy guru, there's some time quests I cannot beat. That's just the truth. That's just facts. That's just evidence and proof that there's even stuff I mess up on. This will give you a lot of grinding experience because you'll be facing hordes of demons. So you'll be able to go back in time and, use Umbra to take you to the present, take you to Insomnia, have Talcott drive you to either Lestalem or that one area. Either you get issued a new car or you're probably going to have to walk to different places. But, walking to those different places will be good for you because that way you get a lot of experience. So if you have a time quest you can't do, of course, a time quest, keep that in mind. So if they do disappear, you're going to have to fight the next time quest and miss out on that one. But you'll be able to, get strong enough to take on time quests until you able to get the Afrojack sword if you haven't got it. Because, otherwise, what I'm just trying to say is that, this is a huge expansion pack. So I'm pretty sure the price tag's gonna at least be $24. Or you could wait until the Final Fantasy 15 Ultimate Edition comes out, buy that, trade in the original, and buy the Ultimate Edition. Or if you're like me, who's a huge Final Fantasy fan, you can keep your original Final Fantasy 15, but then buy the Ultimate Edition to, have player, comparison. Now, I could see for the Ultimate Edition's most likely going to have Gladiolus, Prompto, and Ignis within the story mode if you get the Ultimate Edition, instead of put on downloaded content and then play this from downloaded content, which I think would be a little bit better because it'd make the story flow real good and naturally, as well as the expansion pack of the Dark World, of the possible Dark World, that we could have in store. I'm kind of hyped for this though, because if you're gonna end Final Fantasy 15, this will be on a good note. This will make it so people don't have that sour taste of a shitty chapter 13 we had. So if they put this expansion pack within this, and then the Ultimate Edition, you get the expansion pack plus all the DLC episodes free, this will end Final Fantasy 15 in the best way ever. So Square can focus on Kingdom Hearts 3 and the Final Fantasy 7 remake. This is going to be a chance and opportunity for us gamers. So tell me what you think in the comments. May the crystal be with you. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Support my Patreon if you can. And all that good stuff. So may the crystal be with you.